Good evening, Lagos. Good evening, Accra. Good evening, Nairobi, and wherever else you're watching us on the continent and beyond the continent. This is Report Desk Africa, reaching you live from the studios of News Central, where we bring you the biggest and the best of stories covered by News Central reporters across the continent.
Yes, my name is Blessings Masugu, and today you will be expecting the top stories of the week because it's really been an eventful week. And then also this episode, you get to call in to sharing your views and your opinions.
And did I forget to mention, my name is Bernard Akede. We quickly will be looking into Nigeria. Both our stories will be from Nigeria, one from the north and one from the southwest. We quickly will be looking into stories of security issues, if you like to put it that way. We're talking about street begging, and we're also talking about kidnapping. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, Report Desk Africa continues. Do stay with us. If you're just joining us, you haven't missed much. You are watching Report Desk Africa, and we're just about to jump into the meat of the matter. Blessings?
All right, now talking about security challenges, one of the biggest issues is street begging. Now, street begging is a social challenge that is more rampant in northern Nigeria than elsewhere in the country. Although street begging is found more among people with disabilities, some poor individuals resort to street begging to sustain their families. Now, let's take a look at our first report today.
On the 18th of August 2021, authorities in Lagos, Nigeria's commercial hub, placed a ban on street begging. Although full enforcement of the ban has begun within the state, compliance by the beggars is still low. This brings the question, how deep is street begging in this region? From research, it has been established that religion, culture, and poverty have their claws deeply rooted in the sustenance of street begging.
One of the basic things that Islam has come to preserve is a person's honor. And it is very dishonorable for a person to be begging on the street. It is not permissible at all. Although there are circumstances that can make a person to beg temporarily.
The scripture does not encourage the going to the streets physically by beggars to beg. All the scriptures says about concerning the beggar is that the beggar should be remembered and they should be supported. It's a society problem that government has to look into.
How much of a security threat are these beggars?
If you must bring up a child, you must be prepared to take care of that child, because when you bring up a child that poses threat to the Nigerian state, I think the government should start looking at creating another institution or an institution that will take care of most of these guys on the streets, because anyone on the street is a potential threat to the state.
Who is in charge of taking them away from the street? Where will they be taken to? What are the sanctions for violators?
Most of the time, people call in to say that they've been robbed by people who pretend to be beggars. So what we do is that we have a plan for them. We take them to rehabilitation centers, the genuine ones among them. Those who are not genuine among them, who are just criminals, they will have to face the law. And we take them to places like Majidun, like Owutu, where you have rehabilitation centers where they can begin to reform their lives, maybe learn a trade, maybe even get some education, so that they don't, the genuine ones among them don't continue to do this business that is not good for the society at all.
While some speculate that street begging has become a corporate venture, especially for people from the northern part of Nigeria, others say it is a lifeline from poverty. The common ground, however, is that street begging is a security threat and must be totally eradicated. Ni Omoni, reporting for News Central.
Thank you so much for that elaborate report, Ni. Now, before we go forward, we'd just like to remind everyone watching that you can reach us via our phone lines. And please do note that if you're calling from outside the shores of Nigeria, you should use numbers +234 before dialing the number on the screen. Now, joining us in the studio is News Central correspondent Ni Omoni, who took this report on the streets of Lagos. Ni, good to have you here.
Hi, Bernard. Hi, Blessings.
Yes, hi, Ni.
Hi, Ni. Good to have you.
Good to have you.
All right, Ni, very quickly, we do know that this is not the first time we're hearing the government of Lagos State banning street begging and putting strict sanctions on street begging. Would like you to take us through this story, and while you're giving us some historical background of street begging and the laws concerning the banning of street begging in Lagos and other parts of the country, also would like you to shed more light on why street begging is or should be considered as a security threat.
Well, thank you, Bernard. Street begging is not peculiar just to Lagos State. Even in Nigeria generally, states like Nasarawa, Niger, and Kano have placed the ban on street begging long time ago. But it has been more prominent in Lagos since 2007 to 2015 during the Babatunde Fashola era, where he was governor of Lagos State. He was more particular about eradicating street begging in Lagos State, and that was informed by a security report at the time that came out saying these street beggars are being implanted in Lagos State to cause havoc. It really caused a lot of altercation at the time because some northern governors had issues with the governor and so many things. In fact, one of the beggars was seen with a gun at the time. So he was bent on taking them, not just street beggars, even people with mental disorder. It was taking everyone out of the street. And after the whole issue, maybe when he left office, then the second tenure, the era of the Ambode came in. He was not really much keen on eradicating them from the street, but it was also peculiar about taking them away. But now this government is saying we don't even want them because with the current security challenges Nigeria is going through, kidnapping and so many other, it is just the right call at the right time to take these people off the street. And when I spoke with the Lagos commissioner, he said they have so many plans in place for those who are genuine actually to rehabilitate them and some to give them vocational skills.
All right, Ni, you covered this story and seeing how you're more involved in this, what would you say is the compliance level? Would you say we have less street beggars now? And would you say that cities in Nigeria, particularly Lagos State, are devoid of street beggars?
Well, since the ban came out on the 18th of August, we've been monitoring compliance, and truthfully, compliance has been really low. Although enforcement started last week, but compliance has been really low, especially in sites like Obalende, the Far East, some strategic parts, even in the main roads, the major roads in Lagos State, we still see them there. And it's prompted me to do a research and try to know what is actually sustaining these street begging in Lagos State, and I was able to narrow it down to 3 factors. One being poverty, the second being culture, and the third being religion. While I was speaking with some of the stakeholders in these different regions, we got to know that, maybe religion particularly was not really in support of the fact that people can go to the street to beg. Yes, you can help the poor, for the Christians, for the Muslims. People have their bias about it, but they still say it is not right to beg on the street. Although in the cultural part, some people said it's part of our culture, they have been there forever, we need to help the poor, we need to give alms to them. But now, is it the right time? Is it the right time to have them on the street? Lagos State government is saying...
Ni, very quickly, I'd like you to hold that thought. We have a call coming through.
Okay.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, my name is Comrade Abiola. I'm calling from Urban Lagos.
Okay, nice to have you on the show.
Yes, thank you so much. I think your reporter has done a very good job, and you guys are doing a very good job there. I want to agree with the Lagos State government on this particular ban of street beggars in Lagos State. If you come around Oda every evening now, there is this rising cases of street beggars turning into thieves and armed robbers at night, especially around Excellence Hotel and some areas over there. They will come pretend as if they want to ask you for a favor. And the next thing you see is they were packing with guns. And this has become a recurrent thing in that area. And when you ask Lagosians generally, they will tell you so many things. They will give you so many information about what is going on around Lagos State. I think this state governor, I don't know, Mr. Sanwo-Olu should do a lot in enforcing this. Like your reporter rightly said, that some years back, Fashola actually started this, and we saw the results in Lagos State. For Amber, they only paid lip service if I didn't do anything. And this current government should not just pay lip service to this, but they should do it and enforce it, because they are just there doing nothing.
Okay. Thank you so much. We unfortunately would have to let go of the call. Thank you so much. Thank you for calling us. Nii, I don't know if you heard clearly what the caller was talking about.
Yes, I did. I actually want to mention the fact that, you see, these being a security threat is not just to Nigerians or to the citizens. Even to these people themselves, they can be lured, because if you check most of those kids on the street, they are between 6, 7, 8. Their parents staying under the bridge. They can be lured. They can be, someone can just come and tell them, you know what, you can do this for me. I'll pay you so amount. Someone who is not guarded, someone who is not trained, they can be molested. They can be introduced to so many things, and it's not just a threat, even to the states, even to them. It's not a good thing. And on the long run, if we keep on adopting the system of just letting people roam the street, I feel it's going to be a bigger issue. And this step the Lagos State government is taking, people have say is in the right direction.
Okay.
All right, Nii, now seeing how street begging had been banned for a long time now, what would you think, or what would you say is responsible for the sustenance of street begging till now?
Well, as I've said earlier, from research, the strong one mostly is poverty. But we've now come to see that it's not even just poverty. Some people have actually made it a business. Yes, there was a time we tried to go on the street, but because of some little altercations with some of those beggars, because when they noticed we're trying to record them or trying to, try to get a video of them, then we started having a little argument. So we had to go on the street with a spy camera. But what we could see is that it's now even more organized. There's a theory that they come from the northern part of Nigeria, brought here to actually run a business. So they're implanted in different states, different areas, and they're just there to give returns. Some of these people have houses. Some of these people have, they have what even people who are not physically challenged have. And so it's a bigger issue, not just the religious or cultural part now. We were saying poverty, no. And that's why the Lagos State Authority has said, okay, you know what? We are going to rehabilitate them. For those who are genuine, some of them will be equipped with vocational skills, and some even made artisans. And that's what the plan is for now.
It truly is a bigger story. Thank you so much, Nii, for doing justice to this particular story.
Thank
and
you,
we
Nii.
do hope
Thank you for having me.
that for more information concerning this story, you would continue to feed us.
Sure.
All right. Moving away from street begging now, we're moving further north into northern Nigeria, where kidnappers, we hear that Kaduna State Police Command says it has apprehended some of the kidnappers who were involved in kidnapping of students from the Greenfield School, in Kaduna, northern Nigeria. Now, although the victim, Abubakar, denied being a part of the kidnap syndicate, rather a mediator to stop the killing of the victims. Our correspondent Amadine Uyi has been following the story, but before then, we would like you to take a look at the reports, or basically at some of the stories surrounding the kidnapping incidents that has been bedeviling the northern part of Nigeria.
The parents and family members had converged on the residence of one of the concerned parents. All dressed in black, the sorrow and pains they were going through was evident in the atmosphere. They resorted to both Christian and Muslim prayers, their faith uniting in their moment of pain.
It has not been easy for us at all, because today making 24 days, and each time they call, they keep on threatening us. They keep on threatening us every day that we should bring 10 million naira per head. I don't know where to get this money from.
All effort to be able to rescue them has proved abortive. On our own part as parents, we are passing through hell. The general public need to know that as it has been stipulated by the media that they have been released. They have not been released.
For some of the parents, it was difficult to hold back the tears. They say it is a reflection of what they are going through.
You can just imagine the pain we are passing through. These children have not done anything wrong. They went there to study, but they were kidnapped. And all effort as parents, we've sold all that we own, all that God has given us to be able to rescue them, but to no avail. Our money has been taken by these kidnappers, and they refuse to let our children go. And we are calling because this fight is beyond us.
It's only God knows what is happening with them right now in the bush. We have mothers there. We have daughters there. We have people, children there. They should please help us. We are very helpless now. They should come to our aid. We don't know what to do anymore.
Even the young among them also made passion.
All right, that was the update on the Greenfield University abduction. And now joining us from the Federal Capital Territory of Abuja is Amadine Uyi.
Hello, Amadine. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
All right, Amadine, thank you for joining us. Now, in that story that we just saw, this one of the stories that you covered concerning the kidnappings, we could see parents crying there. But now, with this latest development, we hear that some of the kidnappers have been apprehended. Is this time to wipe our tears and celebrate that the police and security operatives are now doing what is necessary to bring back, the kidnapped children and to apprehend the kidnappers?
Bernard, in all sincerity, this is the news that many of the parents, many Nigerians have been waiting to hear. It's come very late, but they say it's better late than never, because kidnapping, banditry, whatever you call it, it's an assault on our collective psyche as Nigerians. The big questions Nigerians have been asking in the last few months, is it that our security operatives, security agencies do not have the capacity to apprehend these kidnappers? But the news that filtered in the last couple of days, when the Kaduna State Police Command paraded several kidnappers who they had arrested, and some of them even confessed, though some of them were still trying to deny, some confessed that they were part of the crime. It's been a very, very cheering news.
All right, Amadine, the suspects claim that several high-ranking government officials were involved in this with the kidnappers. What's your take on this?
This is an information that has been in the public space for a long time. It's just that nobody had come out to verify some of these claims because no kidnapper had been arrested. But it's very clear now, the suspect said it very clearly, that if government must bring an end to kidnapping, that they first of all have to go against those government operatives who are
Amadine, I'd like you to hold that thought. We have a caller.
Hello.
Hello. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Ochuko, and I'm calling from Delta State. This is New Central.
Yes, this is New Central. Hello, Ochuko. Nice to have you on the show.
Thank you. So the issue about kidnapping in this country, it is getting too much. From different areas, especially in the north, even from the western side, this thing is getting too much. And the insecurity now is getting out of hand. People are using it for businesses, and the government is doing nothing about it. This regime is is in a serious catastrophe. I don't know what this government is doing. This thing, we don't get plans, so maybe then no one cover. The country is in total catastrophe. So please talk to the federal government. They hear you people well to solve this matter too. We are all afraid to live in this country now. We can't sit with our eyes closed. Please, thank you so much. Okay,
thank you so much. Okay, is Amadine still with us?
Yes, Bernard, I am.
Okay, Amadine, the caller we had has complained that the cases of kidnappings have continued to bedevil the country. But now with this recent development, should we begin to celebrate? But one question I want to ask Amadine basically is the issue of ransom payment. At some point, the government of Nigeria and several states that have been bedeviled by kidnappings claim that they paid no ransom. But we have parents coming out to say that they sold all they own almost all they own, to get back their kidnapped words. The issue of ransom payment, what can you tell us concerning this? Are parents actually paying ransom or not?
Now, Bernard, it's unfortunate we did not have the time to play the full clip of that kidnapper who was arrested sometime last week by the Kaduna State Security Command. Now, first of all, I'll make something very clear. All these are interconnected issues: ransom payment, escalating kidnapping crisis, and the rest. He said it very clearly. After saying that government officials were behind, he said that it is increasing. It is increasing because when these kidnappers collect ransom from parents, they go and buy weapons. And so the more they have weapons, the more they have the capacity and ability to carry out their nefarious act. The only thing I want to disagree is the point where the caller said government is not doing anything. It's not true. Government is trying its best. If you see what has been happening in Zamfara State in the last few days, where government had to shut down the telecommunication network, still on this argument of them having moles within government that kept on informing the bandits and kidnappers and making them and putting them one step ahead of security agencies. A lot has gone on in the last few days.
Okay,
many bandits, many kidnappers have been neutralized. But you know, when you talk about security, there is this adage that says that no man is rewarded for effort. You are rewarded for results.
Okay.
Nigerians do not want to know how much you are putting in to solve the problem, because this involves the lives and property of Nigerians. Nigerians just want to see results.
Yes, Amadine, we sincerely apologize. You know the way it is. Well, we are short of time and we really have to go. But thank you so much for those reports and for the information coming from the north, Amadine.
Thank you so much, Amadine.
All right, now very quickly, before we go, we'll quickly look into our crystal ball and do the forecast. Need Your Money is still standing by to tell us some of the stories that we should be expecting from next week. Nii, very quickly.
Yes, one of the stories to look out for is the Libya polls, because the Libyan commander, Khalifa Haftar, has suspended his military role, his military activities, to take part in the coming elections. This coming election is December 24, and the interesting part is that he decided this because of a controversial new law stating that he can actually relinquish his official role as a military, take part in the elections. Even if he loses, he can come back and still resume activities. And this has begun to raise a lot of tension in Libya. And I'm following the story actually to see how this pans out. Because
very interesting. If he was Nigeria, we would say he's removing his uniform and going for Agbada.
Yes. Yes.
All right. The next thing we'll be looking out for is the World Tourism Day, September 27.
Yes, it's celebrated on 27. This year is going to be officially hosted by Cote d'Ivoire. The funny thing is that no African country is on the top 4, with France leading. France has over 9.4 million tourists, and this is one of the concerns they're looking at this year. This is a post-COVID era. People should travel more. People should see more. Like I really want to visit Barbados.
All right, thank you so much, Nii. And as COVID, the restrictions are easing down. Nii, where would you go for tourism?
Barbados. I said it earlier. I just said
Barbados. All right.
Well, seeing how introverted I am, I'd like to visit my home.
Your home. Good night. Thank you for visiting your home. Thank you so much for joining us on Report Desk Africa. We do hope you enjoyed the show, and we look forward to having Report Desk Africa again next week on the same station, same time. News Central TV.
Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Blessings Musugu.
And my name is Bernard Akedi. Do have a lovely evening.